This kinda looks like a romantic love story.
What's going on, hybrid shooters? It's Jason, and before we jump into the FAQ Fridays where I answer frequently asked question every other Friday, I just want to remind you guys that we, as in me and that one camera guy, aka Danny, we're hosting a meetup at Samy's Camera in Los Angeles, the Fairfax location, next Friday, June 2nd. And by hosting, I mean we're completely just crashing it. We don't have any agreement. We didn't schedule anything. Samy's Camera doesn't even know us. But the reason why it's going to be at Samy's Camera next Friday is because Sony is having an A9 launch event there. And we thought it'd be perfect, you know? We'll have the meetup there. You guys can come out to play with the A9, but more importantly, hang out with me and Danny, because fun needs to be had, talks need to have spoken, a shutter needs to be clicked, and yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about anymore, but all the details are in the description box below. I have a Facebook event page which you can RSVP to. If you guys have any questions, leave in the comments down below or leave it in the Facebook event wall comment thingy mabob. Yeah, we'll see you guys there. Let's go ahead and jump into the first question right now. All right, so the first question comes from Carol F. 24-70 f4 or 24-70 f2.8. So the original question was whether or not she should upgrade from an f4 to an f2.8. So if you're somebody who owns an f4 and you're always wondering, man, it'd be great to have this extra stop of light for this photo or for this video, then I totally think you should upgrade to a 2.8. Just because you already know what you're doing, you've experienced the f4 and you know it's really not working out for you, then go for the f2.8. Now I understand the G Master is a lot bigger, is a lot heavier, it's also $1,000 more than the Zeiss f4 version, but I think if you're a professional or if it bugs you enough, the 24-70 f2.8 is worth every penny. Now, I will admit I always complain about my 24-70 being super heavy at weddings, but you know what? I can't deny how useful it is, how versatile it is. Honestly, it's a lens that I use a lot at weddings, so to me, it's worth every penny. I have a love-hate relationship going on with the G Master, but it's definitely really good if you are an event photographer, event videographer. It's a really great lens. But for those of you who are deciding between one or the other and you've never owned one before, you got a lot of questions to ask yourself. Like one, mainly, what are you shooting? What does the gig, the job, or your hobby demands? And you just kind of have to take that into account. Are you looking more for portability? Are you looking more for a faster aperture? You know, every lens have their pros and cons. Every lens have their trade-offs. So obviously the Zeiss 24-70 f4 is a lot smaller, a lot more compact, a joy to bring around, but it is f4, so you do suffer in low light. You might not get the best bokeh. As opposed to the G Master where it's a 2.8, you're having a lot more stop of light. So like Carol, I also find myself, oh, it'd be great to have these extra stops of light, because to me, the 24-70 has always been sort of a run and gun lens only. Like I would only use it for events, for weddings. I don't really use it for portraits. For portraits, I like shooting wide open with that super blurred out background. And if I do shoot portraits, I'm obviously gonna grab a lens with a faster aperture, 1.4 or 1.8. To me, the 2.8 is more of, oh, it will be great in a low light situation, since at events I do shoot from day till night. So at night, I'm gonna require something of a faster aperture to shoot. I don't wanna be shooting in the dark with a lot of noise, a lot of grain in my footage. So that's how I pick my lens. So if you're a professional, you are making money, and if you want a lens that can really just get the job done, the 24-70 f2.8 G Master is really great. If you are a hobbyist, maybe go for the f4, maybe your noise tolerance level is a lot higher than us professionals, but even professionals, I've seen them, they make the f4 work. So if you're a professional, I don't know why you'd be taking my advice. You know what you're getting into. You obviously have a specific objective in mind if you're picking an f4 lens. All right, next comment, ReggieReg36. You should review your 24mm f1.8 lens. You said it's your favorite lens. So I am planning to make a best APS-C lenses for your 6500, 6300, 6000. The script is ready, but I just haven't gone around to film that video yet. I'm trying to make this video first where I'm recommending 4 lenses to you guys and then jump into an in-depth review of each of these lenses. So I'll try to get to that video as soon as I can, but just really quickly, I love my 24mm f1.8. It's lightweight, it's small, and it's sharp. It is an APS-C lens, so it's actually a 35mm equivalent on a full frame camera, so I think it's a perfect focal length. So I can honestly recommend this to anyone who's shooting on the a6000 series. Out of all the APS-C lenses, this is the one that I use the most. This is great on a gimbal, this is great for low light, this is great for street photography, general photography. I think the 35mm focal length is just perfect. So having this tiny little package of a camera right here, it's awesome. I love it. All right, so obviously not the best review in the world, but if you have any questions regarding this lens, just leave in the comments down below and I'll get to it. All right, next question, it's on Twitter. Patrick Murphy asked, my a6300 was having issues trying to maintain focus on my cousin's face at a concert. It kept trying to focus on the music stand. Any help would be appreciated, thanks. So I already answered Patrick's question and my guess was, and I was right, that he was in the wide focusing mode. So when you're in the wide focusing mode, the camera kind of looks into everything on the screen and try to pick focus on something. So as great as the autofocus on these Sony cameras are, they're not that smart. So you kind of have to guide the camera to the direction where it needs to go. So in Patrick's case, he needs to pick a specific point on the screen and have the camera focus. So I recommended to him that he should have used flexible spot focus, either medium or large, drag that point to where his cousin's face was and just kind of leave it there. So in wide mode, it's gonna start pulsing focus on the music stand, his cousin's face, you know, maybe the instruments in the background, maybe the curtain, you know, with the wide focusing, it's kind of unpredictable. So again, if you need to nail focus on a specific object, a specific subject, best to use a more dedicated focus setting, either zone or flexible spot. Josh Patterson asked, what are those things with the Sony Alpha logo attached to your bags? Oh, you mean this little thing right here, the Sony Alpha microfiber cloth? So I have a few of these spread across my bags, and these are great to clean smudges on your lenses on the go. And I got these from the Sony events that happens at my local camera store. So if you're coming to the meetup next Friday at Samy's, there's probably free swags to be had. Seriously guys, just keep up with what Sony is up to, and if they're having an event at your local camera store, just go get your lens clean, pick up some free swags. You can probably get a shirt, you can probably get a cap, you can get this microfiber cloth thing, you can also get a big microfiber cloth thing. Look how awesome this is. This is from when Sony Pro Support cleans your lens. Free at these events, you'll get this free microfiber cloth. How dope is this? So, yeah. Watch out for Sony events. All right, last question. 3 Trees Photography said, would love a tour of your editing gear behind you. All right, so I have my MacBook 15-inch, the 2015 version here. This is where I mainly do all of my editing on. I do have a PC that's a lot more powerful than my MacBook, but I don't know why, I just prefer editing on a MacBook more. But what I use the PC for is I import all the 4K files into this hard drive right here. It could be any hard drive, not this one specifically, and let my computer chew it up, make that proxy files for me to edit on, and then I'll take the hard drive, plug it into my Mac, and start editing. So I do edit on both computers. I edit on the PC sometimes if my Mac is rendering something, or if my PC is rendering the proxy files, I will edit on my MacBook. So I can jump between two. It does save a lot of time. Editing suite of choice is Premiere Pro 2017 CC. I think it's 2017 CC now. Not gonna move on to Final Cut like I thought I would, just because I'm a lot familiar with Premiere. It's just time that is saved rendering with Final Cut. I can make it up with the faster editing on Premiere. So yeah. Alright, mouse that I have right here is the Logitech MX Master Mouse. I like it a lot, but when I'm editing videos, I use the Wacom Intuos 4 medium tablet. So my wrist started hurting a couple years ago from editing on a mouse, so I decided to invest in a pen tablet. So whenever I'm editing videos now, I use the pen tablet. It does help a lot. I haven't felt wrist pain in a while. When I start editing with the mouse, that's where I feel the wrist pain. Have a very basic keyboard, super dusty. I apologize for that. I don't want to keep this one. I want to invest in a different keyboard, but I'm not looking to do it anytime soon. So this one works great. It's just some regular random Dell keyboard that came with the computer that my dad bought a long time ago. So aesthetically, it's aesthetically pleasing, but that's about it. I would honestly get those light up keyboards if I can. Juiced out battery, I need to charge those. The Samsung T1 SSD flash drive. This is awesome. I used to edit on this, but I haven't in a while. I really don't know why, but this is nice, portable, and slim. I like carrying some project files with me to edit on the go, so I like this one too. And of course is the 34UM94P monitor. I briefly talked about this in the previous FAQ videos, so go check that out if you want to learn more about it. That's pretty much it. I don't have the coolest speakers in the world. I actually need to get a new speaker because this one is crapping out on me. So if you guys have any suggestions on a really good speaker, price is good as well, please let me know in the comments down below. And that's all for today's questions. I know, a very short video, just 5 questions. I'm still technically taking it easy on YouTube right now. I'm almost done with the wedding edit that I have to do. That's not a wedding, but this one that I have to do requires a really quick turnaround time, so I just want to get it done, get it over with, send it over to the client, and never have to worry about it again. I do have another wedding edit lined up after this one, but I'll at least have more breathing room because the due date for that one won't be for a long while. On the meanwhile, I am working on some YouTube videos during my downtime. I appreciate the patience, the love, and the support you guys been giving me since the last video. You guys are awesome as heck, and I do hope some of you guys can make it out to the meetup next Friday because I want to thank you guys in person. Other than that, if you want to support the channel, you already know what to do. Description box. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.